There is confusion between America and Iran regarding the Islamabad talks. It is not clear yet whether the talks will take place today or not, whether the talks should start this evening or not. But there is an even bigger issue at hand. If we look at the ceasefire today, the ceasefire period, then tonight that ceasefire period is ending. Will the ceasefire be extended? If it is not extended, will Iran, America, and Israel start attacking each other? That means there is total confusion. Hello and welcome. I am Rick Orban. And you have started watching The Truth Global. Conversation. Well, there are two aspects to this. It is also possible that the talks may not start today and both the parties remain firm on their respective stands. But it is possible that the period of ceasefire may be extended. That means you will see many permutations and combinations here, which you can see. But the point is that even if this ceasefire is extended further, what kind of situation will arise in which this second round of talks takes place? Yesterday, it became very clear that Iran has said that as long as this blockade remains in place, we will not do these talks. But there is one thing that you can say is that there is scope for options. What are options? The option is that America should say that we will suspend it till the talks are going on, or we will keep it in balance until the final deal is done. That means there are many such tools and languages in diplomacy with the help of which, if someone wants to find a solution, he can do so. If you look at Iran's negotiation team, they are all well-educated diplomats. Everyone is a master in his own field. If you look at everyone's degree, some have PhDs, some have at least a master's degree. Most of them have a postgraduate degree. Otherwise, you will see MPhil, PhDs, and D.Lit and such qualifications. So these are not the people you can easily fool. On the other hand, if you look at the American team, there's Jared Kushner, there's Steve Witkoff. These people are basically less educated and dumb. It is possible that they may have earned this money in their real estate business. However, how they earn that money is not hidden from anyone. But are they worthy to become diplomats in such important talks that can shape the future of the world? No, absolutely not. They have been kept because they are the Jews present there to serve Israel's interests, not America's. That means their work is like that of a typical fifth column. J.D. Vance was included in that. But the issue with J.D. Vance is that J.D. Vance is, to say, a non-war favoring politician. He is not a warrior, as they call, but he is also not the one who can openly defy Trump or come up with some out-of-the-box idea so that this war can be stopped. As far as Iran is concerned, Iran's primary goal is twofold. One is to set the deterrence, which has already been achieved. But the second thing is that this restriction should be removed. The censorship on their regime should be removed. Iran has a lot of potential. Iran may do a lot of development. For that further development, it is necessary that sanctions be lifted on Iran. Even Donald Trump is not capable of removing all the sanctions. Remember the US Congress, in which the Jewish lobby has influence. The sanctions imposed through Congress can be removed only through Congress. These can be removed, but many of the executive sanctions have been imposed by Donald Trump himself. Those executive sanctions are also to be removed. If Donald Trump lifts his own imposed sanctions, it will be a huge relief for Iran. The secondary sanctions that are being held through Congress are gradually tearing its fabric. Automatically, they have become less effective because the excessive cohesive use of these sanctions has made them null and void. Gradually, many countries are ignoring them and working in their own interests. And this war will ensure that whether these sanctions imposed by America will stay or go. However, most of them became ineffective with time, and countries have already learned how to live with them. Now everyone knows that no one benefits from this war. Neither Iran nor America benefits. Iran does not benefit because of its own strategic goals. First of all, to to shatter the honor of America. All these things, like America resetting its deterrence, have already happened here. Now it is not in Iran's interest to bear American massacres. America has seen it as well. Trump is looking for a victory. He wants to win. It may even be a symbolic victory. But the problem is, he is not able to achieve it here. He is trying hard, by the way. Somehow, we may see this as an exit strategy, an off-ramp, you may call it. Now, Trump is not able to find that off-ramp. Iran is not letting him find that off-ramp. If you look at Donald Trump's messaging, you'll feel that he is trying to tell the domestic audience that situation is under his control. But in reality, any of his tweets, any statement he posts on social media, or any immediate denial of his claims by Iran is becoming a hurdle for him in achieving what is called as the optics of victory. So, he is frustrated. Frustrated about how to come up with a solution, an out-of-the-box idea to resolve this. Now, we will soon probably witness the backtrack in this maximalist demands by American side. Either the Pentagon is not able to tell Donald Trump the real situation on the ground, or Donald Trump is not mentally smart enough to understand the ground reality. The Iranian team that was there for the first round of talks has repeatedly said that in their statements that the Americans are unaware of the ground situation. So, either something will change in this situation, or this fight will start again. Remember, the more a declining power's power declines, the more power it uses to pop up its declining fortunes. So we will see in the future that America will use force even more and will try to stop its decline. But this thing is like a swamp in itself. The more you try to get out of it, the more you get stuck in it. Same thing is being seen here with US right now. This negotiation is very important for US too, to get out of the conflict in the Middle East. Donald Trump should keep all those promises he made to his vote base and focus on rebuilding his own image. Only then America's decline can be stopped. The reverse cannot happen. This is destiny, but at least you can slow it down. US has this option now. You will know from tonight to tomorrow morning whether America will take this option or not. Donald Trump is losing, and he is very upset. He is upset because his recent pressure tactics were effective on most of the world, except China. On China, these didn't work at all. Donald Trump first imposed tariffs, sanctions, then direct attack. He was confident to achieve his goals this way. Now, as that didn't work out well, now his intention is to achieve the goals which were not achieved in the battlefield somewhere on the table of diplomacy, on the chessboard that is laid out there. But Iran understands this completely. Here, it is also important to understand that Donald Trump's position has become untenable even within his own country. In just last 2-3 days, a series of articles and surveys came out that indicates people are fed up with him. You remember? The Prime Minister of UK said earlier that, "I am fed up of Donald Trump." Same thing is happening here in the US right now. Most of the Republicans are now fed up with him, and the only support for Donald Trump now remains is among his closed circle supporters and workers. If you go outside the districts and outside his own circle, you will see an erosion in Donald Trump's support base. The support of independent voters who once voted for him in large numbers has completely melted. The biggest thing is that while he is facing the most criticism on the issue of economy, he is facing even more criticism on the Iran war. Yesterday, in an NBC survey, the most interesting and surprising thing they mentioned was the percentage of Americans, and specifically the percentage of Republicans, including Republican Party voters, are angry that Donald Trump attacked Iran. That means this war is more unpopular in the US than the performance of the Trump administration on the economic front. You can easily understand from this that despite so many efforts and propaganda, this war is not popular. That's why Trump needs this exit. Remember, the month of April is over. There are midterm elections in almost November. The primaries will be held in the 2 months before that. Before those primaries take place, the the Republicans will have to stabilize the situation before September. This means Donald Trump basically has 4 to 4.5 months left to stabilize things. If things don't stabilize, remember, not only will the House flip, the Senate can flip as well. Senate Democrats have warned that as soon as the majority flips in the Senate, they will start filing impeachment motions, not just against Donald Trump, but against all those people, including the people in the administration, be it Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, and all those Republicans. They will be forced to answer why they initiated this war, a war for their own profit or under the pressure of Jewish lobby. They will have to answer to all these questions. Donald Trump would like this situation not to arise. Let's see if this conversation happens. That's all for now. We will meet you again. Goodbye until then.